What's up, y'all? Uh, do me a favor, hit that like button as you come in. Um, Share, subscribe, pass the word. Same old mo every time we do these videos. Because I need y'all help. Yeah, I can't do it without y'all. Um, what I want to talk about, and everybody's talking about this is a big topic right now. Stephen A. is a big topic. Personally, I'm so glad a lot of things are being revealed about Stephen A. because I have been the things that's coming out about him now. I've been saying for the longest, and the funny part is, I don't even watch ESPN like that, and I still know about him, and I still know about his antics. I still know about the coonish stuff that he says, the Sambo stuff that he says. But this tweet that he tweeted this morning takes the cake. He sat there and said, um, he said that when he wakes up in the morning, the first thing he thinks about is making his boss more money, and then thinking about how he can get some. Now, if that's not the most Sambo thing to say, and you know what else? I don't want to. Yeah, I'm not afraid to say the word, but I mean, in my experience, saying the word has gotten me in trouble, especially on Twitter. They really do not like that word on Twitter, even though it doesn't. It's not offensive to them. I don't know what they're protecting by sitting there, being defensive about that word. I mean, I guarantee you it ain't because they care so much about the black community or whatever. But I've used that word on Twitter and got in trouble every single time I've done it. As soon as I sit there and post a tweet, I'm getting flagged. As soon as I do it. In fact, I'm officially banned from Twitter. I'm in Agent Orange mode. I cannot have a Twitter account. If I even try to open up another Twitter account in a different name or whatever, they sit there and see the same IP address or whatever that they pick up on it. They sit there and say, "Oh no, we know it's you. You can't. You're banned. You can't have. We can't have you sitting there, spewing out hateful language. You know. I got. Well, I didn't get banned for actually using that word. I got in trouble for using that word when I called Terry Crews one. Um, but I actually got banned for coming at Tommy Lauren and calling her a devil, amongst other things. Well, I mean, but it wasn't that bad. But what made me officially banned was I actually sat there and did a political correct tweet about how I have to be politically correct, and somehow that got me banned for life. All I was doing was describing how I couldn't sit there and say nothing bad about Tommy Lauren. Now I have to be politically correct. I mean, and this was like literally 5 minutes after they sat there and took me off a suspension. I couldn't even last 5 minutes. I sat there and made that tweet, and then the next thing I know, I get an alert saying you're banned from Twitter, and you cannot create no more accounts. If we see that you're going to create more accounts, it will be banned. That account will be banned too. So anyway, I mean, I know I get into these rants sometimes about stuff, but going back to Stephen A. Stephen A. has said a lot of questionable stuff in the past, and then he's a flip flopper. 1 minute he's like, he's saying something that sounds pro black, you know what I'm saying, and the next minute he's sitting there saying, saying something massive want him to say, and that's definitely something that's some real slave mentality thinking right there. You are thinking about making your boss more money and then getting a piece of it. That's straight slave mentality. except in slavery, you wasn't getting paid, but it's still the same mentality. You're looking to increase production for your boss. You're looking to pick that cotton and get that in production going, and whatever else your boss going, tobacco, whatever else your boss got going on, right? And he's benefiting from it solely because I mean he's sitting back, he ain't doing nothing. You and your people are doing the work, or maybe you're the house Negro, so you're not even doing the work. You're making sure everybody else does the work, but you're still not getting even a piece. You maybe if you're getting a small portion, which is you get to live in the little back end quarters of the house instead of the you know the quarters that the slaves sleep in. Maybe that's your reward or whatever. And then, but in this case, maybe it's the matter of you make your boss 500 million and you get a million and you're happy with that. Okay, boss, yeah, yeah, yeah. He got the whole pie, and you get that little slice. I mean, and not even a good, nice slice. You get that nice little thin slice, and he's like, "Oh yes, yes, boss, yes, yes. Oh, that's good. I mean, thank you. I'm gonna work even harder for you, boss. I'm gonna get even bigger pie, so I can get even maybe my slice would be a little bit thicker. Yeah, yeah, boss. Yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's Stephen A. So if anything, he's proven Kwame right again. Kwame, he might go on a tangent and he might degrade you and call you bitch and all that other stuff. But the main point that he tries to make is doing something for the kids. And also, he talks about the go along, get along gang, which I mean, a lot of us knew was going on in the first place. He's just really exposing it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us knew that there's this certain crew in all forms of entertainment that are part of this crew. This they are a subsidiary of a bigger crew that you know has them do their bidding all for the money, all for the money. And that's basically what Stephen A is saying. Like you pay me enough, I'll do whatever. And that's why they have him front and center. That's why they have samples front and center because they know you throw a good piece of change at them, they'll sit there and go against their own people in a heartbeat. They go against their own people in a heartbeat. You can't trust people like that at all. And that's another thing I always talk about, because people always talking about, oh, get that bag, get that bag, get that bag. Yeah, we want money, we got bills to pay. Some people just want to, they want a certain lifestyle, but everything is about get that bag. I don't trust anybody who's all about the bag. I don't trust anybody who sits there and says get that bag. I don't trust anybody who sits there and when you sit there and make an argument about how somebody's music is horrible and their first response is, but he's getting money, she's getting money. Yeah, yeah, you can't be trusted because you're the type that'll sit there and sell your soul for that money because that's all it is. That's all it is to you. You know what I'm saying? You don't care about the culture. You don't care about actual good music. All you care about is the fact that they making money. Yeah, Soldier Boy made a lot of money, but he's garbage. I mean, a lot of people did like him. I don't see why, but he's garbage. His rhymes are straight garbage. The only thing he really had was beats, and he made them over Fruity Loops. I've done Fruity Loop beats. It's not rocket science to do Fruity Loop beats. You know what I'm saying? I can speak from experience, not out of my head. But anyway, I mean, if that's your cup of tea or whatever, hey, to each their own. But I don't see how You could say that's a hit. It's straight garbage. You can't even understand what the freak he's saying. And the only part that's catchy is the chorus at times. You know what I'm saying? But then the chorus, most of his choruses are stupid. Marco Polo, Marco Polo, Marco Polo, Marco Polo, Marco Polo. Come on, man. Like I could sit there and think of these songs in my freaking dreams, but that's neither here nor there, you know. But yeah, I can't trust anybody who just about the bag. You give them any amount of money and they'll sit there and do anything. They'll turn their back on you. It might even stab you. It might even shoot you for the right price. That's what it comes down to. So once again, Kwame has proven. I mean, Stephen A. has proven Kwame right. Once again, he proved him right when he sat there and talked about how all he does is downplay black players and not a and shout out to self talk or whatever. I mean, I know you don't know who I am. You're probably not gonna see my video or whatever. But anyway, I like the way I like the way Self Talk puts the videos together. And he has one video where he definitely the editing shows Stephen A as a hypocrite, pure point blank. He did a video where he shows the reaction of forgive me what this the player's name that came out gay. Wow. Anyway, he did a video of when he came out gay, and then when the white boy came out as gay, I can't remember his name either. It was a totally different reaction. And Self Talk sat there and edited it I mean, to a perfection, where you can see clear as day the two reactions, proving Kwame right that Stephen A's approach to black players is, a little different than his approach to white players. Come on now. So he'll sit for that right amount of money. He'll sit there and downplay anybody. And he also self talk also sat there the same way. Stephen A. called himself downplaying or degrading Kwame with his blooper clips or whatever. Self Talk sat there and put together a bunch of clips where Kwame was doing the right thing, making shots, dunking on people, blocking shots. Why you didn't put that up, Stephen A? Because you just wanted to sit there and pick the ones that fit your narrative, right? And then like a lot of people commented on that and said, you could find blooper reels from anybody, even Jordan, even LeBron. There's blooper reels. There's times where people shoot air balls. You have bad days. You have bad times. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the other team's defense is just that good. Maybe your mind is somewhere else. But at the end of the day, all you are is a little analyst. If you even want to call you that, you know what I'm saying? All you are is a little analyst that doesn't even play ball. That's why I never, all the times I've ever watched basketball, I've never paid attention really to the commenters because I really don't care what they have to say. The way I look at it is it's easy for you to sit there and be watching on the outside and then say what a player should and shouldn't do and how they should do this and do that and how they need to step it up and da da da. It's easy to sit there and say that. It's in a whole nother ball game when you're actually on that court playing. I don't play basketball, so I can't sit there and critique a basketball player. That's how that works. That's how I look at things. I can't sit there and critique what I don't know. Anybody that knows me knows that I don't like to speak on what I don't know. If I don't know something, I would clearly sit there and say, I don't know. But if I do know about it, yeah, I'll talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I like to read. I like to pay attention to things that most people deem boring. So that it is what it is. The next topic at hand. So I did the video yesterday of Bill Cosby, and I know everybody knows this by now that Bill Cosby is being released, or he's been released. Um, Now it seems because Phyliciarashad sat there and showed support towards him being released. Now they're calling for her to step down as dean at Howard University. Which I think is very ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Because are they doing the same thing for the white counterparts? Because last time I checked, even if the white counterparts part that was part of the Me Too movement had to step down or whatever the case may be, they didn't get locked up. They still walking around free, and I'm pretty sure they still have a good bit of their money. They probably sat there and stepped down with a good severance pay. Did Bill Cosby get that? No, he got locked up, and they pulled all his reruns from syndication. All the royalty money that he was getting, his family getting, whatever, it was pulled. His life is pretty much ruined. His reputation is still ruined. They sat there and overturned the case with good reason. Phyliciarashad did nothing but show support. And now because y'all strong and proud and part of the Me Too movement, women's rights, and all this other stuff, now you want her to step down for what? Is that what the cancel culture is about? There's been a lot of talk about cancel culture and whatever. You know what I'm saying? Is that what the cancel culture is about? Cancel her. Cancel her. She's not even doing TV no more. She's a dean of a university. Cancel her. You know. Um, what I definitely can say is we need to stick behind her. Black people need to rally up and stick behind her in any capacity we can do. Protect her, because it's ridiculous. You attacked this man, had him spend time in jail, overturned, and then now you're attacking her simply because she's so support. And come on, come on. Oh, and last subject. One thing I haven't touched on, and that's been going on for a while, and shout out to Kwame for bringing it out. I didn't even notice about Charlemagne the God. I shouldn't even call him that. I always hated that name. That name in itself, it annoyed me. And I never cared for him. I never cared for the Breakfast Club. I stopped listening to Hot 97 a long freaking time ago, or whatever. And I feel like he needs to be brought to justice. You talk about justice, he needs to be brought to justice for what he did to Jessica Reed. And I listened to Kwame's interview with Jessica Reed's mother, and she even had receipts. She showed a receipt, and she even sat there and gave her email. She put her email. If you want to see the receipt, she's willing to email it to you. So that show you this woman is genuine and she ain't lying. This man pleaded to a lesser charge, and it gets to be on a syndicated radio show making buku money. I don't know how much he makes, but I'm pretty sure he makes a ton of money or whatever. And he's on this syndicated show and talking about Spanish Fly and how he pretty much kind of date raped his wife and how she didn't kiss him until a year after they was dating, so on and so forth. Like, and then sitting there having a plastic butt. And I couldn't even really believe it when Kwame was saying. I couldn't believe it until I saw it for myself. He actually they have a plastic butt on the show, and they had people slap it, put their finger in it. Anyway, he shouldn't be even having a show. And the thing is, like, and he knows it, and he knows the smoke that he's gonna get, or he's getting, because Kwame is exposing him. That's why he sat there and did the that little apology video where he called himself the donkey of the day, and Kwame wasn't going for it. You know, so if you want to sit there and talk about some justice, sit there and rally to get Charlemagne, prosecuted or whatever. Get some justice for Jessica Reed. Do that. And with that, I'm gonna leave y'all. Peace. And remember, treat everything in life as a potluck. We all got something to bring. Um, let's not, keep infighting with each other and saying this person wrong, that person wrong. I mean, maybe they might be wrong. You know what I'm saying? But somehow find some kind of common ground. That's what everybody else does. Find some kind of common ground. Let's work together. And let's do better. Let's do better. Especially, picking these little crazy arguments that has nothing to do with our liberation. It's just little things you call facts, and you just want to spread it because you feel knowledgeable. You feel like you're not the sheep. All right, enough of the rambling. Y'all have a good night, and I see you on the flip side.